Fascinating situation. Fascinating situation for the New York Jets. Here's what I mean. You got the London game this week, so they're going to be flying overseas to go play the undefeated Minnesota Vikings in a game that I think it's safe to say, if you had asked me before the season, would have been a battle of one obviously really good team with a great quarterback and another team trying to find itself in a little bit of a transition. And that's true, except it's the opposite. You got the Vikings and Sam Darnold, a potential MVP candidate, maybe potentially, against the Jets and Aaron Rodgers, who are trying to find themselves. But anyway, plenty of time to talk about that. Here's a couple things I want to talk about. First of all, Rodgers a little banged up, dealing with a little swollen knee, I would say. I think Rodgers is going to be fine, but was limited in practice, should be good to go. Okay? No issue, but still kind of shines the light a little bit on making sure that the almost 41-year-old quarterback is healthy, protected, and out of harm's way. Him being banged up early, not a great sign. I think he'll be okay, but just kind of reemphasizes that. Then there's the Davante Adams situation. And obviously, if Davante Adams gets traded, the Jets figured to be a team in the mix. And why wouldn't they be? They got Aaron Rodgers, his former quarterback, just like the Saints have one of Davante Adams' former quarterbacks as well. You got a couple other teams. You got the Steelers, you got the Ravens, you got maybe the 49ers, you got maybe some other teams, probably some other teams. A lot of teams interested. I know that for a fact. But what about the Jets? Like, what does this do? And I would think it's safe to say you got Garrett Wilson, you got Mike Williams, you got Alan Lazard. You don't need a weapon. It's not like the Jets offense needs something. But you watch them against the Broncos, it was a little flat. And I would say it would be a case of putting aside what they need. And look, they'll get Davante Adams on the field. It'll be a little crowded, but they'll get him on the field. But a case of putting aside what you need, just say, you know what? This is what we want. This is the last piece. And I think it's, as vocal as Aaron Rodgers has been about his good friend Davante Adams, who left him, right, who got traded to the Raiders when Rodgers was still there. I think it's safe to say that it would be a luxury, but would it be the final piece of the puzzle? I think that's a fascinating thing to debate and certainly something the Jets are going to be debating going forward.